Okay, last question for today. What do you think of rent control?
I don't want to answer that. Because it's, to me, it is completely your remember my
Okay, we agree with
rent control
affordable housing,
rent
but it's not
control
rent
to
control
me-
is not the way to do it.
I don't believe rent control is the way you do it, because to me
We need more affordable housing, but this is not the way to do
when you go
it.
down to the root of it, right, way down to the bare bones of the situation, rent control is price controls, okay?
Right.
And Econ 101, right? Price controls never are a good idea except when there's completely inelastic demand, right? That's when you need subsidies and all that kind of stuff, right? Which is like energy and stuff. But housing is, you should not be price controlling that. You should technically let the market determine, you know, what the pricing of the product is. Now you can influence the pricing just like they do in affordable housing. They make it cheaper, let you build more, so you want to build that. But they're not going to say, okay, anyone builds an apartment in LA right now, guess what? This is the max rent you can charge. You know what's going to happen when you do that? No one's going to build new stuff.
And we have a
But it's
housing
the same
shortage.
thing. Yeah, so correct. So you have the incentives. You have to have the right incentives to drive the product. What you don't want to do, like, look at Santa Monica.
I was just gonna say.
If you go to Santa Monica, tell me one very, very, very interesting thing you see about all the properties in Santa Monica. They're old
Yeah.
because they have rent control, right? Mm-hmm. So everything's left the way it is. A new development requires a lot for you to there's a lot of hurdles you have to go through to demolish an existing building under rent control to build a new one. There's a lot, and people don't want to do it because it's almost prohibitive. And then what happens over there?
So you have an older, rundown community.
And also,
eventually.
you have, like, you got
a lot of homeless.
Well, I don't necessarily think it's correlated, but the bottom line is, to me, fundamentally, I don't believe in rent control, because rent control to me is price controls. And how I learned economics on the themes that I believe in economics is you don't do price controls, only in very, very specialized situations. But that's subsidies when it comes to elastic demand, like energy and stuff like that. But not rent. You should not do rent controls. You're providing you're using punishment instead of incentives to obtain more housing.
So you believe in incentives to build affordable housing, not rent control.
Would you like to be punished by someone forced to do something, or would you like to be given an incentive to do something?
Also,
it's positive.
My question is, say you own an apartment building and it's all rent controlled and no one in that building has moved out since the 80s or the 90s, so it's really cheap. How do you sell that building with those tenants?
You can't. When people come to me with deals in rent control areas, I mean, I know my market, I know it really well. The first thing I'm going to ask them, is that property rent control? If it is, oh no. You can't redevelop it. You can redevelop it, but it's a shit show. It's a hassle. There's so much red tape you have to go through to be able to demolish it. Look at what's going with Rob's property right now. Mm-hmm. Look at how difficult it is for him to demolish his own property to build a 4-unit. They're making it impossible for him to do that because they're forcing him to build something that he doesn't want. So that's not apples to apples, but that's similar to a punishment versus an incentive.
Right.
So that's my take on rent control.
Got it.